Hey everybody, my name is Rodrigo and I'm the co-founder of Listen Loop. Today we're going to talk about B2B display advertising and how the changing buyer has really forced B2B marketers to adapt to the circumstances in order to nurture and convert these B2B buyers. So let's take a look at some of the ways that the B2B buyer is changing. A lot of buyers out there are engaging in their own research, searching problems on Google, and clicking through a lot of different forums, support documentation, then looking at online videos. They're talking to each other on social media channels like LinkedIn and Twitter. They're even going to review sites out there for a lot of B2B software to really understand whether or not this given software is going to solve the problems that they're experiencing. So it shouldn't be surprising that the modern buyer has about 10 browser tabs open at any given time, comparing features for different competitive solutions. They're looking at ebooks and white papers, and really it's a race to determine which vendor can educate that buyer and fill that mind share and teach them about the problem in a way that's most advantageous to that particular vendor. Just recently, marketing teams were investing tons of money to drive traffic, paid traffic to their websites, only to see a lot of it bounce, about 95% of it bouncing at any given time. And even if you do capture one of those emails, you'll start nurturing them with email marketing programs and only find out that 80% of those people are not opening your emails. Really, it's enough to cause someone to pull their hair out. You want to pursue a B2B display advertising strategy, and that's fantastic. How do you actually do it? Well, it really depends on your solution and what you're offering, but the key part is making sure that your B2B display advertising is keyed to the buyer journey. What does that mean? Every buyer and your journey in particular for your solution is different, and so you're going to know best what this means. But let's take an example. Someone comes to your website and they just need to kind of dip their toes in the water a little bit, which means that they want to do some superficial research about the solution, the problem that it solves, and whether or not that's a problem they're experiencing. So at this point, it's probably best to hit them with display ads that are talking about your brand, that are talking about the high-level solution that you all provide, and the problem that it solves, right? But once they go a little bit deeper and spend, let's say 5 or 10 minutes looking at different features or solutions that you have for particular industry verticals, now it's time to get more targeted. This is where you could really shine and provide display ads that are personalized and relevant to that particular visitor. So how do you do that? Well, on any given DSP, you could include and exclude segments of visitors that have complex visitor behaviors. Right? So you could create a segment for people who visit that particular industry and then create a series of image ads that talk about your solution in that context. Now, for most marketers, even very sophisticated marketers, this can be incredibly time intensive, expensive, and difficult to upkeep. So it's very important for you to have an automated advertising solution that will allow you to do these kinds of adjustments on the fly and in a very easy to deploy manner. Okay, so to recap, today's B2B buyer is very elusive, is very Web 2.0 savvy, and they know that when they see your landing page, and if they fill it out, your sales teams are going to start hounding them, right? And that's exactly what they don't want. And as a result, the more you try to capture them, the more elusive they can become. So let's treat them with respect. Let's ask them for the minimal amount of information. Now let's give them some assets that don't require an exchange of information to build some trust and some confidence, while at the same time hitting them with display ads that resonate and are personalized based on those behaviors that they're interested in. That is the honeypot that will ultimately drive them back to your website and get them to convert on a lead form that's very meaningful to them and at a point in time when they're actually ready to talk to a salesperson. Okay, so that concludes today's talk about B2B marketing. We hope you enjoyed this video cast, and please leave a comment below. Thanks.